It's Carter Sports back, and today we head out to USC to preview a tight end battle that's gonna occur this fall. So let's go. And if you been here before, can you please hit that like, please? And if you ain't subscribed, boy, you better subscribe.
Disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Trojan family, Trojan gang, fight on forever is in the building. And today I want to talk about a competition that's going to be cooking up, a competition that's going to be brewing in the fall. See, right now we got freshman tight end Joey Olson in the fold at USC, a early spring enrollee. Then you got Walter Matthews, who coming in the fall, and I feel like it's gonna be a battle. I feel like one of them kids is gonna get on the field. I like Carson, Tabarachi, and Lake McCree, and some of the tight ends we got, right? But this kid right here, and I like K. Elbridge, but these two kids, they give me them Jimmy Graham type vibes, you know, hybrid tight ends that could have been receivers, but big enough to be tight ends, so you might as well put them at the tight end and take advantage, because they big enough to block and do tight end assignments, but run routes like wide receivers. Them lethal tight ends that you can play on the inside or line them up on the outside. Like I said, that Jimmy Graham, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates type tight ends that could run like receivers and remind you of wide receivers. And these kids, they big, you feel me? Both of them. Joey Olson, he's 6'5"? Let's get into it, man. The first commitment out of the tight ends, you got Joey Olson, right? So Joey Olson was the first commit, I think, in the 2024 class. I think he was the first commit of that class. He stands at 6'5", 248 from Oregon. The kid is fast and physical. His route running is smooth, and he catches everything thrown his way. You know, he kind of reminds some of Brock Bowers. You know what I'm saying? He lined up on the outside or in the slot at high school, but he'll have to adapt on lining up along the line and in the backfield in Lincoln Riley offense. Even though the tight end kind of get up on the outside sometimes, I mean, his offense got that flexibility, but in high school, he played a lot on the outside. You would think he is a wide receiver. He more like a wide receiver that's projected to be a tight end and being recruited as a tight end. So in college, he gonna actually have to get used to actually playing tight end more, because in high school, they use him all over the field. When he played at 220 pounds, he looked more like a Drake London type prospect. He looked, you know what I'm saying, like another Drake London. But his added weight will help him in a big conference. This kid is a real deal for sure. You watch his highlights, he nice. He can run routes. I like his stop and go potential. I like his horizontal quickness. You know what I'm saying? He can run routes. I love kids who can run routes and got great hands, and that's what this kid could do. Joey Olson. Watch out for this kid. He in there early, and I feel like he got uber talent. I feel this kid got uber talent. I don't know what McCree and Eldridge and Tabarachi was ranked coming out of high school. I know Tabarachi was kind of like an athlete, but I don't think neither are current tight ends that was here before that ain't underclassmen. I don't think none of them kids necessarily had the potential and was ranked as high as this kid, Joey Olson. So maybe that uber talent, and see how fast he could develop, this kid might get hit the field. But he ain't the only freshman that got potential to hit the field they first year. You got Walter Matthews, you know what I'm saying? This is the one of the pieces to our Megatron lineups we could throw out there. We got the transfer, the 6'5" kid the 6'4" kid that transferred in, Jaden Richardson. We got Deuce Robinson 6'5". We got Jacoby Lane 6'5". Then you got Joey Olson 6'5". And now this kid, we got like 5 or 6 kids that's 6'3" or better. You know what I'm saying? And he adds on. He's making us Megatron. Now we getting overkill when we get Walter Matthews in the receiving unit. He's 6'7", 245, tight end out of Georgia. This kid is a dual sport athlete who also played basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I love kids that play football and basketball. A lot of basketball traits really help you on the football field. You know what I'm saying? He has long legs which allow him to break away from most tackles. He is also physical and not afraid of blocking. You know what I'm saying? No blocking, no rocky. He can play like a real tight end. He a good hybrid because you see some highlights and be like, ooh, that's traditional old tight end, the way he can block, go over the middle, break tackles, truck, stiff arm. Then he'll line up outside and show them wide receiver skills. He's lined up on the offensive line and on the outside in high school, so he'll adapt to Lincoln Riley's scheme real easily. He reminds me of Antonio Gates, but even bigger. He catches everything thrown his way, and he's smart when it comes to getting open and creating separation. That's what he gonna do. He's a match of IQ and athletic ability, a real heady player. This kid got star potential written all over him. Uber talent could be a mismatched nightmare when he put in them basketball skills, them rebounding skills, them jump ball skills, them boxing out and going and get the ball skills is perfect for a tight end receiver. And he got that from playing basketball. The kid is elite. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably should have been a 5-star, but you know how that go. He's light on his feet. He know how to dance around DBs and safety, so he can make even though he's 6'7", he can make players miss. You know, he can make DBs miss, safeties, linebacker. Don't get it twisted. He can get the ball and go. He can get yak that yards after catch. You hear me? Both kids will add to the entire tight end room and give Lincoln Riley more options in the pass game. This is two steals. Like, this is really two steals. Joey Olson and Walter Matthews. A team should be able to get 2 tight ends in one class with NFL uber potential, with mismatch potential to them. You get what I'm talking about? 6'5", 6'7" athletes, strong and fast and can run routes and great hands. It's gonna be a battle, and I think one of these kids, I'm betting my money that one of these kids might see the field, might see some playing time. And the future's looking great at tight end with these two. Trust and believe, the future's looking great at tight end with both these dudes. I feel like both these dudes, if they don't run into no injuries, don't have no major setbacks or something unforeseen, both these kids going to the NFL as tight ends. Best believe that. Best believe that. Prototype, physical tight ends with wide receiver games. Like, you can actually look at these kids if you want to and say, hold on, I'ma slim y'all down and keep y'all at 220 and play y'all at wide receiver, and they be a Jacoby Lane out there. They like Jacoby Lane, but frame carry more weight. You know, Jacoby Lane 6'5", slim build. These kids 6'5", 6'7", thick build. You know what I'm saying? But if we slim them down, they'll look like Jacoby Lane out there. They got great hands. They can go up and get high point the ball, man. I could go on and on about the tight ends we got, but I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. You know what I'm talking about. So welcome into the building, Joey Olson, Walter Matthews. Y'all better watch out for these kids in the fall. Don't be surprised that Carter Sports told y'all that one of these young tight ends might crack the field and be doing damage. You hear me? Causing wreck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm yet to see, since we've been at USC, this Lincoln Riley offense with a lethal tight end. We didn't see it with a lethal quarterback, lethal receivers. I want to see it with that lethal tight end. And now we got a pass catching running back with Joe Quavius March coming out the backfield. So I'm excited. We might be losing Caleb, but we might have a tight end room cracking and that running back out the backfield cracking. USC, we gonna keep going. You know, the offense gonna keep humming, and it might be because one of these young freshmen tight end. You hear me? So until then, it's Carter Sports, it's Trojan City, it's USC. So let's go.